So some people want to know, are chickens the gateway drug to homesteading? Put it to you this way. Last year, around December, we did a video on our chicken breeds, and we had 6 different chickens and 6 different breeds. And now, 6 months later, we have 20 chickens, 10 different breeds. We have 2 ducks, 1 goose, and 2 goats. So I would say the answer is a resounding yes. Chickens are, or can be, the gateway drug to homesteading. I think the reason why is because chickens are just such an easy animal to keep. Just about everyone likes eggs or can tolerate eggs in their diet, and so it's the easiest thing to add to your homestead. And once you add them, it's pretty easy to figure out if that's something you're going to enjoy or not. And if you don't, they're pretty easy to get rid of if you don't like it. So if you end up getting a couple chickens and you find that you like keeping chickens, what usually ends up happening is you start collecting them. Like some people in the South collect Hamilton dolls, or like some other people collect shoes, or even others collect tools. You'll end up wanting one of every different type and different style and all different colored egg layers. So we are doing this video in collaboration with several other channels to talk about chickens and why we got into chicken keeping and all the different breeds that we have and why we chose what we chose. So let me start with our big birds. This one here is Temmie. Temmie is a black Ameraucana. We originally ordered her. We ordered a blue Ameraucana, but because these don't hatch true, you have a 50% chance of getting a blue one, 25 black, and 25 splash. And we ended up with a black one. But Temmie is quite possibly our sweetest chicken, or at least to us. And she lays beautiful blue eggs. This here, not really a chicken, but we have, these are some of our newer additions. This is Ed. Ed's a tufted Roman goose. And these 2 amigos here are Quackers and Cheese. And they are Khaki Campbell ducks. This one here is Mushroom, and Mushroom is an Easter egger. She lays beautiful blue eggs as well. This one here is Maple. She is a Buff Orpington, and she lays brown eggs. This is Blukie. Blukie is a Copper Moran. She lays 0 eggs because she's a terrible producer. She actually is supposed to lay dark chocolate eggs, but she has not been laying lately. And this one right here is Truffle. Truffle is a silver-laced Wyandotte, and she lays brown eggs as well. And if you're wondering what's on their beaks, it's beets. They weren't pecking each other. Their beaks are all red from eating beets. See? She's eating a beet. Shroom's gonna pick it up. Look. These are our original 5 chickens. We actually started off with 7. We had a black Australorp that died on week 4 from a snake. And then we had a silky chicken named Gary who got taken by a hawk. But these are our original chickens, and the reason that we got these particular breeds is because they are known for being extremely docile, especially since I have girls, and they're also known for colorful eggs, and we really wanted the colorful eggs. These here are silver gray Dorkings. They're 9-week-old chickens. This one here is Elvis. You can tell it's a boy because he's growing white feathers on his chest. And these two ladies here are females, you can tell because they have brown feathers on their chest. We also had another female, but she died. She was delivered, and she was deformed when we got her in the mail. The reason we went with the Dorking breed, now the Dorkings are a very ancient breed that originated sometime around the Roman Empire, they believe. And what's cool about these guys is they have 5 toes. The reason we went with the Dorkings is because they are supposed to have extremely flavorful meat. Unlike something like a Cornish cross, which is a meat bird, you would order a bunch of those in the mail and feed them for 6 to 8 weeks, and they're ready to call within 6 to 8 weeks. These guys can take somewhere up to 2 years before they reach full weight. However, their meat, because they're more of a slow food, that's what we call them, slow food, their meat is much more flavorful. Now, you can call them at any time, but these guys are known to be a great dual-purpose bird. Now, that means they're not fantastic layers, so if you're looking for something that is putting out a lot of eggs, this isn't it. They're going to put out about maybe 3 eggs, but they're really good layers throughout the winter. And they're also going to be a really good dual-purpose bird, but if you're looking for something quick, like if you want something that's going to grow out within 6 to 8 weeks, that's not going to be it. We're looking more for a heritage breed, and that's what these guys are. And as you can tell, they are extremely sweet, really sweet birds. We got 1 male, and we were supposed to get 3 females, but we ended up with 2 females, and we're going to breed them. And we have another batch as well, where we're going to crossbreed them. Along with this batch, we also got this little girl right here, and she is a Welsummer, and she's going to lay dark eggs because this one here decided that she's not going to lay anymore. She's becoming our problem chicken, as you can see. She's also kind of nasty. Aren't you? You're a mean chicken. You're going to be dinner. So another cool thing with Dorkings is that a lot of breeds originated from the Dorking. The Buff Orpington is actually one of them. I thought it might be interesting to try and cross some of the Dorkings with some of the more modern breeds, such as the Buff Orpington, to see what kind of chicken we can produce.
They're really sweet birds. They probably have the best demeanor of all the birds we've ever had.
These guys here are our latest batch of chickens. They are 1 week old, and they are a mixed batch. We have 3 Dorking females and 1 Dorking male. And the reason for that is, again, we want to have 2 sets of rooster and hens that we're going to crossbreed, because we are going to use those as dual-purpose birds for both meat and for eggs. And I'll show you the Dorkings. The females are all here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can tell they're females because they have a more defined head. And then the male, let me get him over here, is right here, and you can see, one that just pecked me, is the male, and you can see the little lines on his head are less defined, and that's how we know that this is the little boy Dorking. All the Dorkings come over. They're so friendly. This one, that one is either an Easter egger or an olive egger. So a little thing about Easter eggers and olive eggers. Easter eggers can lay any colored egg, and olive eggers will lay an olive colored egg. Both Easter eggers and olive eggers are basically the mutts of the chicken world. They're usually an Ameraucana, just like Temmie I showed you outside, which is a blue egg layer that can be bred with any number of chickens. And when you breed an Ameraucana with a dark egg layer, that's where you get an olive egger. But they can turn out to be a variety of colors, so I have a really hard time telling which ones are the olive eggers and which ones are the Easter eggers in here. I think this little yellow one here is an Easter egger. And I believe this one is an olive egger, this little dark one, because it looks like she might have been crossed with a black copper Moran. And I believe these two brown ones, one of them is an olive egger, one of them is an Easter egger, and I believe one of them was crossed with a Welsummer, which is why It's brown, and I don't know what the other one's crossed with. This little cutie patootie here is a blue Cochin, and she is just a really poofy little chicken that will hopefully be a good mama. That's the reason we got her, is because we want her to be a broody mom that's going to hatch out eggs. And she has got the coolest set of Ugg boots on. Check those out. She's got some pretty mascara too. So that's a blue Cochin. And this cool little girl, that looks like an angry bird. Check out those eyebrows. We are super excited about this one. This one is called a Favaucana, and this is basically a custom designer breed from My Pet Chicken. We are super excited about this one because she is a cross between a Favaucana and an Ameraucana, and apparently she hatches a true blue. I've been trying to get a blue chicken in here, but they're kind of hard to get a blue chicken, and she hatches true blue. So when she feathers out, she's going to look like this, and she's going to lay the coolest sage green eggs. Now, the reason we got her, and we got the Easter eggers and the olive eggers and the Welsummer and the first 5 hens, is all for rainbow eggs. And the reason for rainbow eggs is because it makes eating eggs so much more fun. Plus, it just so happens that people really like to buy rainbow eggs. I mean, who wouldn't want to open up a dozen eggs and get something other than just plain old white or plain old brown? So we do have a market for rainbow eggs, and that is why we are getting rainbow egg layers. And as for the Dorkings, we wanted a dual-purpose breed that was a heritage breed with really good quality flavor, and that's why we went with the Dorkings. Hello, neighbors. So I grew up not having any animals at all, not having any chickens or farm animals in the least. And when I decided to get into chickens, I was a little bit hesitant as to whether or not I was going to like being a poultry keeper. And I'm so glad that I went down this path. I absolutely love these chickens. I love their antics. Each one has its own personality, and some are good, some are bad, but it's really fun working with them and dealing with them. This one here, she's very sweet to us. She's like one of our loveliest chickens. But she can be mean to other chickens, and especially the new ones. But they each have their own personalities, and I'd say probably the most surprising thing when it comes to chickens is just how much I really, really enjoyed being around them. So if you guys are thinking about getting into chickens yourself, take the leap, start off small, see if you like it, and if you do, start looking for land, because you're going to want to start adding on to your poultry flock. So we did this video in collaboration with a bunch of other channels, and if you're interested in hearing about their chicken breeds, why they got into chickens, what kind of breeds they have, what they like about chickens, what surprises them about chickens, and if they think that chickens are the gateway drug into homesteading, check out their channels below, check out their videos. We're all going to be posting sometime this week and next week, so definitely, by all means, check them out. Thank you guys for inviting us along, and we'll see you in the next video.
Wrong side, Ed.